Welcome to another episode of Couch Coach, the podcast featuring an all-star staff of the best to never do it. Without a couch, you're just a coach. Without a coach, it's just a couch. With both, you're one of us. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you got some shit to say, leave a comment. And now, for your first Couch Coach, we have the one and only Mr. 500, Mr. Bountiful Harvest. Rumor has it he doesn't live in a gated community, but his community does have a gate. Now, he's a man of many names, but you can call him Johnny.
What's going on, people? I'm deep in the middle of a dynasty trade negotiation for Christian McCaffrey. I'll let you guys know. I'll update you if I get an answer during the pod.
How you feeling a week in A-Rod?
Exactly the same.
Exactly the same?
I don't feel any more confident.
Dang, seeing him run through cones didn't improve your hope?
Seeing him do literally anything won't improve my hope. There's nothing. Aaron Rodgers, like when he got to the Jets originally, they were like, "Wow, he's like a different guy at training camp. He's so locked in. He's ready to go. He's got a completely different attitude than he had at Green Bay." And then it just all fell apart. So I'm good. You're not gonna convince me.
Hey, we'll see, man. We'll see. Predictions on the line. And as a guest today, guys, we have former fantasy football champion, Philadelphia Eagles fan, and Couch Coach's resident Thunder fan, Caleb Phillips. Game 7, how you feeling, dog?
I wish I could be excited. I am not. Although a nice hedge on Indy, paired with my future on OKC, has me feeling okay.
Hold on, so you got to bet on both teams?
Yeah, I just guaranteed myself a little bit of profit. Yeah.
Wow. That's what we call a ladder in the option industry.
Yeah. Well, the idea was to make a little money on OKC, enjoy the chip, or make a lot of money on Indy and hopefully not kill myself.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Fantasy football champion, but you don't introduce me as one who won it more recently than him.
Listen, man. Listen. You already got your name, bro. I can't refer to you as a fantasy football champion, bro. It just breaks my heart too much, man. See, Caleb and I had a little rivalry going on. You know what I'm saying? When you won it, Johnny, I was happy for you, but I was sad for me, so I can't even.
I did beat you in the championship. That was true.
You both did. I'm pretty sure.
We both did,
I think so. I think you crashed into.
Everyone in here has got a chip but me. I can't even walk in the room.
He crashed into me the season, the Cooper Cup
team.
Triple Crown. It was the Cooper Cup Triple Crown season.
The Sleepy Joe team.
Yeah. Right. Well, my
was on that team for me.
The season previous, I played as the year that Caleb won it. I played as President Sleepy Joe, is the name of my team.
Oh, okay. So
then because I was hyped up about the election, I was like, "Hell yeah, we got it! We got President Sleepy Joe." And then he won it, and then I said, "I'm gonna steal this championship from you, like I stole the election." And I changed my team name to President Dark Brandon. And then I won the championship.
Oh, because you said we stole the election. I'm gonna steal the chip.
I mean, at
the beginning of the year.
I did. I'm gonna steal this. Like I stole the election, and then I somehow actually won it. But once again, it was just because it was the Cooper Cup Triple Crown season. There was no stopping my team. It was over from the jump.
Oh my lord! And for your last Couch Coach, we have yours truly. Founder of Omnipresence Productions, co-founder of the Couch Coach Pod. Some call me Akira, some call me Commissioner, non-champion Commissioner, but you can call me Kuji. And guys, I just got a message I wanna spread today to the entire world. And here's what we got going on, guys. Not today, Satan. So we're going with. Hey, you know what? I don't got a ring, but I can break out a hat too. There we go.
Yes.
Shout out. By the way, shout out. This is SZA's hat. It's her merch. I went and saw Kendrick SZA in Maryland a couple days ago. It was fire. It was fire. I'll just tell you one thing. They don't like us.
Did you travel all the way to Maryland for the concert, or were you already out there?
Nah, I traveled for the concert, Brody.
Oh, that's crazy.
Nah, I was like, you know what? Let me just do it. We got tickets like a couple weeks ago. It's dope. I love doing it. I like to use concerts. I do this for like sporting events, concerts, because I get so locked in, right? You're just working and shit. So I use those as a like reason to explore a place I haven't been to. So like went to the concert, was in Maryland, stayed the night, and then went and explored DC yesterday. It was cool. It was cool. Traffic was crazy. You know what, you guys? You know what pisses me off? So I'm a nice dude. Can you both agree? To some extent. You know, not all the time.
Yeah.
Not all the time. Yeah, John's like, fuck you, bro. You're never nice.
Veer on the side of nice.
And so they really play on my character when I'm driving through and there's mad traffic. And here's my thing. So when I come in, I'm just coming in and I'm trying to merge because I just got onto the highway. So like I hope somebody's nice enough that when I put my signal on, they'll let me in. You know, that's common courtesy. But here's what I hate. If you knowingly know that your lane is about to fucking end, like it says right lane closed in a half mile, and you fly past me because you just want to, I'm sorry, Brody. Somebody may let you in, but it ain't going to be me. You're going to sit here all day. I don't give a fuck, bro, because you knew that shit was going to end. And you sped up anyway because you were in such a rush. Well, no, now you're going to wait longer. Fuck you. I know, it's so annoying, bro. It's so annoying because that's why there's traffic. Like, because you got 5 of you motherfuckers every 2 minutes rolling up through here, and then we all got to slow down. And it's like,
yeah, bro. I think there's traffic on the highway because people don't know how to use. No, there's always construction, but people don't know how to use on and off ramps. I think that's what it is. People slow down before they get on the off ramp, or people get on the on ramp, or use the on ramp, and then they get on the highway at like 35 miles an hour, and you're like, all right, well, that's why there's traffic on the highway, because people just don't know how to use them.
No,
like they're long. The ramps are long for a reason. You're supposed to do your speeding up and slowing down on the ramp. So that the time you hit the highway or get off the highway, you know what I mean? You're not fucking everyone else's day up.
I was saying it. I look at the entrance to the highway or the thruway like the runway of an airport with an airplane. Like that plane
That's a great way
that
to
plane
see it.
Doesn't just pick up off the ground and go straight. Phew, like that shit goes down the runway, speeds up, and by the time it gets to where it needs to get to, it's going full speed. It's going fast. So like I'm trying to hit 65 on that stretch. Like, I mean, maybe 70 down south. I passed a couple 70s on my way down there. I don't know what they got you going down there, but 65, I'm trying to hit that shit before.
I live right off, like, the closest highway to me is 95. It's all 70.
Oh, I thought you just said 95 miles
no,
per hour.
I-95.
I was like, God damn, I'm moving down there.
That would be insane.
I wish.
Now listen, guys. Caleb, you haven't been on for one of these segments just yet. But you know what we're going to do, guys? We're going to kick the show off with a bang. We're going to kick the show off with a level of unprecedented foresight. And I see the look on Johnny's face because he's like, wait a minute, you didn't ask me to prep for this. Don't worry. But in this segment, where shots in the dark become game winners, we won't call ourselves prophets. But if you do, we won't argue with you. It's time for Sportstradamus. And now listen. This is a special Game 7 edition of Sportstradamus. Game 7 is going to be a pretty big theme tonight. I just want you guys to know. It's going to be a pretty big theme tonight.
I don't doubt it.
We're going to give 3 predictions for Game 7. Now, here's what they're going to be. And here's why I didn't let you prep. Because I want your heart answer. Not the one that you think is smart. I want your heart. Now, listen. First prediction. Your Game 7 winner. Second prediction, the final score. The third prediction, who's getting MVP? Now, seeing as I'm a good dude, I'll go first. I'll give you guys a little bit of time. But I think we all know who I'm going with Game 7. I've been saying it all along. I should have popped by Indiana while I was down there. Oh, they're not even close, are they?
No, they're closer, way closer to me.
Damn, crazy. Never mind. I'm sorry, Tyrese. I'm sorry. But that being said, what the hell, Burton? Game 7. Final score. I think this one's going to be an exciting game. By the way, just for anyone who doesn't know what the hell Burton means, I'm going Pacers. Pacers Game 7. Final score. I'm going to give Caleb one that breaks his heart. It's going to keep him up into it till the final second. And he's going to sit there and he's going to go, I'm ready. That chip. And then the moment the Halliburton strikes again. I'm going to go Pacers. 137.
Wow. That's a lot against the number one defense in the league.
To 136.
That'd be insane. Is that double
That's
overtime?
Really funny. That's very similar to what my score will be. It's very close. But.
And my MVP. I thought about this one long and hard for the last 3 seconds. And when it comes to this, I think we're going to get another conference finals moment. Because Pascal's taking this. Taking this. So, Tyrese, please don't look excited to get the award. Don't look like you're about to walk up to the huddle and grab it. And don't look upset if you don't hear your name. Just don't do that, because I promise you're going to be on the gram tomorrow if you do. Pascal. I'm taking Pascal.
Mm-hmm.
We'll let Caleb get a little more time there.
All right, I got mine.
I'm going to put Johnny on the spot because I know what his team's got to be, because if he's a man of his word, if Johnny on this pod, guys, listen, if he's a man of his word, if he's a man of integrity, if his premonitions have value, I know what he's about to say right now.
Depends on which premonition you're speaking on, because I have had 2 on this podcast. Because I did pick the Thunder to win this series. Pick the Thunder. Hold on. I did pick the Thunder to win this series. I did do that. Thought they were the better team. I was rooting for the downfall of Indiana as a Knicks fan. I wanted to see Tyrese Halliburton choke. And you know what? In Game 5, they really gave me that. And the Tyrese Halliburton hater in me really, really enjoyed Game 5. That I was sad that Kuji and I were talking about possibly doing a Game 5 instant reaction, and then we didn't do it. And after the game, I kind of wish we did, because I would have come on and talked so much shit. I would have destroyed him. I would have gone, you led the team in minutes with 0 field goals, with 4 points, and you call yourself a superstar? If Jalen Brunson did that, they'd crucify him in front of the Statue of Liberty. Are you kidding me? They would never let him show his face in New York again. 4 points. All that being said, I told you what my thought on this series were. I thought about it and I went, the Pacers cannot have the number 3 in their win total. If it's there, they're taking it all, man. And it's not because of anything but black magic and the power of friendship.
The power of friendship.
But I just think, man, what a terrible story if they make it to Game 7 and lose. What a terrible story that would be. So for that reason, I'm saying I think in the end the Pacers will barely prevail. And I say our scores are similar because I'm going 117, 116.
1 point.
Yeah, 1 point. I think it's going to come right down to it. Game 7s are always very close in the finals. They're all like they've never. The last time I saw someone talking about this, the last time a Game 7 in the finals wasn't close was pre-merger. It was 1974. There was a blowout, but they're always close. So I'm going 117, 116, and obviously that's not even a question. If the Pacers win it, it's going to be Pascal Siakam because you don't get to be Finals MVP and score 4 points in a game. It's just. It's not allowed. Dang. You can't do it. It would be a blight on the Bill Russell Finals MVP award. You just can't do it.
Unless he had like a 50-point game.
Yeah, if he drops a 50 bomb.
A 50 bomb? The Halliburton dropping a 50 bomb? Crazy.
50 bomb from the Halliburton.
About J-Dub after like Game 5. They're like, yeah, maybe if he scores like 40 again.
Yeah.
So like, I think SGA and Pascal are the clear... Not to skip on my predictions, but
we're good.
SGA and Pascal are the clear Finals MVPs, I think, for whichever team wins, unless a J-Dub or Tyrese has like an historic Game 7. So,
well, it would stamp if the Pacers win and Pascal is the Finals MVP. He's a lock Hall of Famer. Period. There's no argument. Yeah, there's no argument. It's over.
Like, I thought you were going to say he was a lock to be the Voodoo Man.
Yeah. No, the NBA Hall of Fame is a lot easier to get in. He might have been able to do it. He might have been able to sneak in without that Finals MVP. But you're like multiple-time All-Star, 2-time champion, Finals MVP. There's not much more you can do as far as clearing the bar. I mean, Jimmy Butler, people will say, will get into the Hall of Fame. Jimmy Butler's on a lot less than Pascal Siakam.
Listen.
So.
We're going to get to you, Caleb, one sec. Guys, I'm sorry. I got to take this call. I'll be off in less than 30 seconds.
Hey, yes, take a call. All right, folks. In the meantime, no update on the Christian McCaffrey offer. I gave him... I just want to let you guys know, this is what I did. I gave him... I got the 101. I traded for it. I was like my pick was the 106 in a 12-man league. I went, you know what? I'm gonna give him a little bit of an over offer just so I can lock this up. I offered him the 106 and the 208. I put it into the dynasty trade calculator, said that he wins the trade. I'll take it. I'm trying to get an extra piece to pair with, to put on my team, have some real heavy hitters, because there's a guy in my league that has Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase on the same team. And you're not going up against that without some kind of real home run hitting squad.
Yeah.
So we're waiting.
You got to swing for the fences for sure.
Yeah.
I was saying, always got to stay in the now in Dynasty. I think people get too worried about the future because you can figure it out.
Yeah, and there's so many like random things. Like I think if you don't have the 101 in your Dynasty draft, forget about it. Like you're not going to get somebody great.
Yeah, well, it's even like, I don't know. It's so different.
Or like someone who's a lot great.
Right. And I think people like, I don't know, it's definitely tougher for a skill player to like come out of in their rookie year. I mean, we've seen it a decent amount of times now, but like there's definitely no guarantee as a skill player you're going to come in the league right away and be, superstar or at least all pro or Pro Bowler. So I don't know.
Yeah, for me and Genty, it's less about the superstar of it all and more about the volume. That it's just like nobody's going to eat into those carries.
He's got to get 20 carries a game pretty easily.
Yeah, and there were only two places that I was like, the Raiders was a place that I was really glad I grabbed him. The other one I was hoping would but didn't, because they just are stupid and mismanaged and a bad team, is the Cowboys. I kind of wanted them to move up and grab him.
How do we get to the Cowboys, man?
We're just talking about fantasy football.
George Pickens?
No, I was talking about how I wanted the Cowboys originally to draft Genty. But I said they're stupid and mismanaged and they make bad decisions, so they didn't do that.
Well, listen, Caleb.
Yep.
What are your predictions? What you got?
Yeah, I mean, I said everyone was going to defend home court after we did Game 4, so I'll take OKC to win. I'm definitely not as confident as I would have been after Game 5 or Game 4. But I wasn't very confident after Game 3, and we did not play well in Game 4 and figured out a way to win it. And OKC at home is a completely different team, so I think that's definitely one thing they have going for them. They lost twice at home this entire postseason. That was Aaron Gordon buzzer beater and Tyrese Haliburton buzzer beater. So, it's taken a lot to beat them at home, and I think Indy did some really interesting stuff. They really kind of flipped their defensive game plan in Game 6, so I'll be interested to see how OKC responds. But I'm taking OKC. I got to stick with my original prediction from our last spot, and then final score. I think it's going to be a rock fight. I don't know if you guys have seen the offensive ratings for both these teams, but both these teams are running insane offensive ratings in the regular season. They're both around like where the Jazz are.
Yeah.
In the regular season, they're like 108 or something like that. Like these defenses have been very good, and but still, only once has a team scored under 100 points, which is OKC last night. So I'll say final score OKC 110, Indy 104. I think they get it done in the end, similar to Game 4. I think that's kind of the type of game we're going to see where it's maybe one team gets up by like 10, but it's going to be close game. Never really more than like 10 to 12 the whole way. And then, as I mentioned, Finals MVP. If OKC wins, it's SGA. If Indy wins, it's Pascal. So, barring any insane 50-point performances from the number twos.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't believe you thought
still
caught a stray. I'm not gonna lie.
That's the team that was on. I was listening to Simmons.
You couldn't have said Charlotte or something. I'm like, damn, he could have said
something. You know what?
The whole thing. So
I knew you listened to the Bill Simmons podcast when you said it's going to be a rock fight. I also did, and I heard him use that term, and I went, rock fight? I feel like I've never heard that.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because he said that, and I feel like I've seen it a bunch of places now. Like, people are like, yeah, it's going to be a rock fight. So maybe it's just all a Bill Simmons pods. I mean, it is. Think about last Game 7 we had in the NBA Finals. It was that Cleveland and Golden State game, and they were 120-point games, throughout that series, and then all of a sudden it was like 89 for felt like half an hour in the fourth quarter of that game. So I think it might be lower scoring than that. I wouldn't really be surprised. I think it's going to be physical. The whistle is going to be really interesting.
You said lower scoring than 104, 110?
I just wouldn't be surprised just with how these games are. I think it's going to be really physical. It's going to be interesting to see how the whistle is. If they're calling everything, then the free throws are just going to bump the score up.
They're saying it's Scott Foster on the whistle.
Can't extend it anymore.
Can't extend it, so it's just going to be.
It's just the inconsistencies that really get me going with these refs. Like, at the end of the day, I don't think one team's had a better whistle. I think every team's had their stretches where one's getting the better whistle and the other's not. But I mean, I think it's gonna be physical. I think you saw that with OKC. I think they tried to be physical from the outset in Game 6, and they got some early whistles, and I think that kind of changed everything for them defensively. So we'll see how that's. It's just so stupid, and this is why I was upset. I think most of the last night is Game 7. OKC, okay, yeah, we're going home, so they're not feeling bad. But now, all it takes is Obi Toppin, I said this before, to go 5-7 from 3, and your season's over. You know what I mean? Like, that's all it takes. It takes one role player to just have their best game in the postseason. And, a lot easier said than done, but that's been the difference in these series. You look at whose bench has played better game in, game out, and the team who's had a better bench performance for the.
You say Obi Toppin. I say Aaron Nesmith. That was what it took in Aaron Nesmith, or in the closeout game, Thomas Bryant just came in and was like, I'm just going to hit 4 threes.
Cash money.
So, I don't know. And I mean, that's good for OKC because their role players have only played good at home. Literally saw it Game 4, nobody could hit a 3 outside of – literally no one hit a 3. They only had 3 threes. And then Kasem Wallace and Aaron Wiggins combined for 7 threes in Game 5. So, I think that's, good for OKC. But it's going to be good. I mean, at the end of the day, Indy has shown that I think they have better coaching. I love Dags, but Carlisle's a better coach. they're more cohesive unit, and like they know how to play winning basketball. So I wouldn't be shocked at all. I mean, this is definitely not the series I thought going in, but it's gonna be fun. I wish I wasn't a fan, part of me, because I could enjoy this. I'm not going to enjoy Game 7 at all on Sunday unless OKC is up 20.
I was so hyped. Now, here's my take: is I think if the Pacers win this, I think it stamps Carlisle as the best coach in the league. I was thinking about this.
How we get to this?
And this is what I was thinking, because
over Steve Kerr?
Yeah. Actually, that wouldn't even be my number one. My number one would have been Spoelstra.
Yeah, I was going to say Spoelstra.
And I think, because I was going, well, Spoelstra, though, he was, he's a great elevator. He was, taking teams that weren't as good to the finals. But then you're like, but he also he took them to the finals and they lost, and they weren't beating, insanely good competition to get there, and they were always getting kind of decked in the finals, and they had probably the better player, with Jimmy Butler at his peak in Miami in the playoffs is better than anybody on the Pacers right now. Whereas like Carlisle has taken a team of maybe their best player is if we say it's Halliburton, he's still probably the 12th or 13th best player in the league. Like, he's not up there.
I don't even know if he's top 20, but yeah.
I don't know how high he is. I was trying to be respectful.
Pascal.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's not up there.
I think Pascal's their best player. Tyrese is the franchise-changing player. Like, Tyrese is the franchise, but Pascal is the best player.
Regardless, like, they have not had the best player in a single series they've been in. Like, they have just been over and over overcoming this and like raising guys and giving the ability for like Benedict Mathurin to be the reason they win a game, and then Obi Toppin to be the reason they close out a game, and then like
we Ray Allen Toppin, man.
Yeah, like nobody coaches like that. It's just Carlisle. I'm like, I just think you would have to stamp him, especially with Pop being gone. Like, now you don't have to like defer to the seniority of Greg Popovich. And like Kerr is a great coach, but like I probably would have taken Spo over him. And now I think and Carlisle, it's like he's done this twice now. If he wins it, he's done it twice now.
I think even if they lose, you can argue
he's beating Spo in the finals.
Yeah, and he has. He beat Spo straight up with the worst team. Like, he's just done it. He's done it twice now. He's taken the obvious not best team and taken it all the way to the finals and won it over teams that were way better. At least
there was Dirk on that Dallas team. I mean, we'll see how Tyrese Halliburton's career ends up, but I don't know if we're going to be looking at it in the way we look at Dirk.
That Dirk team still
more at the end of his career, but
he beat like what was Dirk's run to there? Like they beat
OKC in the conference finals.
Right. I think it was the Spurs, the Lakers, and OKC is who they beat on the way there. So it's like the Kobe Lakers, the peak still dynasty Spurs, and then OKC.
Yeah.
And then
a very young OKC team.
Yeah, but I mean, still good. And then gets there and then beats the Heatles.
I mean, they made a huge. Just to kind of go, this is the big thought I had, because watching that game, like, you could tell Indy was doing something different defensively, and I think, and part of me thought this too, I think casual viewer might just be like, oh, they just played harder. OKC just didn't play hard enough. But they kind of completely changed what they did. If you notice throughout the series, a lot of what they did, and credit to this guy on Twitter, Michael Jagicki, I think that's how you say his name, but he's a defensive like coach, guru type of guy, and he had this really awesome thread. So usually what they had been doing all series, they're picking up. They're making Shea work the full 90, and they still did that a little bit. But what that did in Game 5 was that allowed OKC to get these high ball screens and to get in their action early and just created runways. So like J-Dub's 40-point game, because he's just driving lanes. He was cutting well, he's hitting some shots, but a lot of it was on these straight line drives from the top where they're getting space and room at the top because there's no help. So if you're starting the action at half court, and there's a ball screen up there, there's absolutely no help. So you're switching and the big's on him, or you're trying to go under, you're trying to get over, and you're beating your man potentially. So that they were finding success in that. So what they did last night was they were just not picking them up. They might have pressured them on their way up, but they weren't picking them up defensively in these picks above the 3-point line. They were getting under. They weren't even like trying to make him shoot. But if you like really watch like Shane J, they're not going to take. They're getting a ball screen. They're not going to sit back and take the 3 if you go under.
Right.
So, but they were doing a much better job. Like they were picking up under, so the help was there, and then anything in the lane, like there was no isolation. They were plugging the driving lanes. They're plugging every little gap. And I mean, you saw a lot of turnovers from Shea, especially Titus career high in turnovers, because they were just a lot more help because they're getting in the lane and they don't have to worry about it because there's not a guy back at half court who got screened because they're trying to pick up full court. So they really flipped the script, I think, defensively. And like I mentioned, I'd be interested to see what OKC does because, I mean, just the quick thing was OKC just needed to hit the open guy more. Like it was absurd. You look in the corner and there's a guy wide open and they're not a bad shooter. So, I mean, it's really going to come down to, I think, for OKC, making the right pass on a lot of these plays. And then obviously, like, if guys like Casey Moss, Wiggins, Caruso, Dort are hitting threes. I mean, and OKC only took, I believe the stat was 3 corner threes before that fourth quarter. So just a weird offensive game for them. And I think mentally, too, once they got down, they had the mental relief as well. It's not over. Like we have game 7 because they kind of did that with Denver, which is just playing out just like the Denver series. And that with Denver in game 6 and then did that with Minnesota in game 3. So
and I was going to say, you mentioned that too.
Great adjustment by Carlisle.
You mentioned that on a prior episode there. You said that they usually don't show up for the game 6 because it's like game 7.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was worried. I mean, Gainbridge has been awesome. And I still have no clue how they won game 4. So I wasn't feeling great about going back to Indy. So, I mean, it's kind of what I expected, but that's why, like, I mean, winning that first game for Indy was so big. I mean, at the end of the day, the series it's one shot. So who knows how the rest of the series plays out. But, I mean, if you just take away Halliburton's shot, the series is over in 5. So it's insane how kind of that first game on the road taking away home court was so big for Indy.
Do you know what the interesting stat I saw was, and I'll let you guys guess if you haven't seen this one. How many more passes do you think the Pacers had than the Thunder in this game?
Oh, like maybe triple.
Yeah.
72.
107. They passed the ball 107 more times in this game.
Yeah. I mean, OKC is a very, I don't want to say heavy isolation, but they're, 1 or 2 actions and then get into it. Like they're not, that's what Indy's at their best when they're just zipping the ball around. There's a couple possessions where I thought OKC played great defense and it didn't really matter because they're just zipping the ball around and they eventually find someone who's open.
Right. No, they just play, we talked about it, but the way they play is just up and down. Do you guys think this is the best finals ever? As far as
okay,
no, hold on. Let me. Okay, listen. I'm not talking about like star power. I'm not talking about like.
Yeah.
I mean like the consistency and the quality of the basketball that we've seen for 6 games. Like I'm telling you right now, we haven't got
last game kind of fucked that up a bit.
Killed that. Yeah, and game 2 wasn't great either.
My bad. Okay, like 4.5 games. All right, listen. My thing is this though. There hasn't. Like the evenness of the teams. Like obviously, some teams will be up and down, but like the back and forth between the two. So like we haven't had a game 7 since 2016, I think it is. Yeah. And this whole series, and we can go back. We can clip it. We can go back and rewatch it. But I'm telling you right now, I've been saying this whole time, like 7 games. Get us 7 games. Yeah. You could ask Johnny. I texted you, Johnny. I texted Johnny a schedule for 7 games worth of shoots back after game 2. Like I was like, I was trying to set up guest visits for game 7 back in game 2. So listen.
He was ready.
I was like, we need 7. We need 7.
Yeah.
Count it as a Sportstradamus profit moment when you texted me a schedule all the way through game 7.
I was like, we're gonna shoot this day, this day, this day, this day.
I thought it would be Thunder in 6. I didn't think. There were a lot of people who thought Thunder sweep and Thunder in 5, and I thought that was like. That told me was like you weren't watching the Pacers this year.
The
Yeah.
Thunder
Like,
are a
those are
team that can
people
hard
sweep
on
great
paper.
teams. The Thunder can sweep good
Yeah.
teams, but like the Pacers
Yeah.
aren't a team that's easily swept, if that makes sense.
Yeah. The way they play wears down on you over 7-game series. And when you have a guy like Carlisle who can make game to game adjustments, that's obviously huge too. But like, it's
Their
weird.
full
I
court
think their play
trap
style.
gets.
No, go ahead, John.
Oh, I was gonna say their full court trap does that exactly. It's so
Yeah.
frustrating.
Well, the guards just wear you down. Like that's what
Yeah.
Rivers was talking on the pod with Simmons. It's just kind of how their guards wear you down. You have to have great guard play, and like luckily for OKC they have Shea, but you've seen Shea getting worn down, throughout the series. And then the problem with them and it would have helped. They had like one more ball handler, like because they really only have Shea and J-Dub. Like, yeah, someone can bring the ball up the floor, but like they don't have anybody that can initiate a lot of action. I mean, Hartenstein can kind of at the top, which is why he's played more, but it's not in a way that you're creating a lot of opportunities for yourself and others. So, I mean, that's definitely a big reason I think why, Indy's been able to hang around in this series. But I mean, it's if you looked at the net ratings, and they've talked about this on Zach Lowe, Simmons, and like just the net rating difference. Like even if you go to like January 1st when Indy was like really got into it and really were good because they had that bad start. OKC still has like a 10-point difference in net rating, which is pretty large. But like the way they play, it closes that gap. It closes that gap a lot.
No, that's facts. Man, you know what? Y'all motherfuckers gonna make me go over. We gonna have to go till 12 p.m. Or 12 a.m. Caleb's time, Johnny.
No shot.
We're not even in the game yet. Well, we already got through a whole game.
How much
Oh,
more?
man.
No.
Nah,
How much
I'm
more do
playing.
we say about the
Nah,
game?
you know what?
Yeah.
Nah, listen. We'll wrap it up with we'll finish it up right. But we do got to get to the next segment, guys.
Go
We
for
do.
it.
And I'm excited about this one because this is the first time we can actually do this one how I intended on doing it. So, Caleb, some background. We had 3 people. Our other teammate passed away, and so.
Hey! Don't say that. Don't say that. You might have given up because the police told you to give up because we haven't found him yet. But I still have hope. I think he's out there somewhere.
He's got to be out there somewhere. We're looking, though. We're looking. But anyway, so initially we had this plan a certain way. And then I liked the concept, so we kept it. But with me and Johnny, it's a little interesting. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to do 4th and goal, guys. The real way, for the first time ever. Now, here's how it was intended to go. So here's what's going to happen, guys. Bring it in close. Listen. I'm going to go through Game 7 NBA Finals trivia questions. That's the theme, guys. Game 7. I told you. NBA Finals. Here's what's going to happen. I am going to ask the question. You are both going to have the same question. Now, the way that this works is we typically do, you get the question right, you get 7. If there was a bonus, quote unquote, you get a 2-point conversion, 8 points. 4th and goal, right? The whole concept. It was made during football season. But with 2 people, here's how it works. I'm going to say the question. I'm then going to count to 2 in my head. From then, you guys can give me your answers. Now, here's how we're going to pick who goes first on answering. Just like on the sideline. Whoever hits that timeout first is
Who's got better internet connection?
is who gets the first.
Yeah, it's crazy. Can we just write the answer down and we could just both put it up?
No.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
we can't do
man.
that. Listen. We can't do that.
Terrible.
We're gonna try this.
We're gonna try this.
So you're gonna get the answer. When you have the answer and you're ready to answer, hit the timeout. Whoever hits the timeout first goes first. Now, if that person gets it wrong, the second person has a chance to give their answer. Are we clear?
Size. Yeah.
I can already tell. I can already tell. All right, listen. All right. And I don't want no arguments. I'm throwing coaches out. But anyway, guys, listen. Right. It's time for my favorite segment. Not so much Johnny's, but my favorite segment. 4th and goal. A winner takes all. Trivia showdown where 2 couch coaches enter. And one is crowned victorious. And it's my favorite today because I don't have to get beat. Now, anyway, guys. The first question. We're going to start you off with a hard one. So here's what I'm going to do. If you guys get the city, the team name, or the year, it's going to be valid. Okay? Because this one's kind of tough. Before the 2016 Cavs, which team was the last team to win Game 7 on the road?
On the road. The road is the weird one.
I feel like they mentioned this in the Simmons pod, and I just...
Well, it's on the road that makes it different. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
I think they like briefly said it.
We're just going through like who's won the last ones, and I'm like, who would have been on the road for that?
I'll give you guys a little hint. Help out. It's the team today is Booty. As far
The
as
Jazz?
as far as where they're located. That's crazy. Wow, we're done.
Yes, the Jazz have never won a game. They haven't won the finals, let alone a Game 7.
If they won a Game 7, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be as mad about.
They've never seen a Game 7 in the finals, I don't think, because they lost to Jordan twice, who also never did.
Yeah, he fouled.
All right. This is a shot in the dark.
All right, Caleb, give it to us.
The Washington Bullets.
Wow, that's crazy. Do you want to give a go at the year?
77.
You got the year wrong. I'm sorry, Johnny. This shit's over for you. Washington Bullets. 1978.
That's crazy.
78. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so they beat Seattle, and then because they did talk about this on the pod. That's what I knew. I heard it. And then Seattle came back the next year and won.
Wow.
This guy was more locked in on the pod than I was. I tell you what, I
John, you talk about it every other week, bro.
I was listening, but I listened to it like in the background as I'm doing shit. I missed this part.
This morning, I guess I listened to that part.
He got that part.
Shit, I was mopping the floor when he said that. Damn. Okay. It is 7-0. It's 7-0. Caleb is up. All right, guys. Question number 2. Which player hit the title-winning 3 in 2016 in Game 7? All right. First of all, nigga, it ain't been 2 seconds, but to your point there, you wouldn't know 2 seconds in my head. So, what's up, Johnny? What you got for me? Who hit that shot?
Kyrie Irving.
Are you sure? Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You want to lock that in?
Yes.
The answer is Tristan Thompson.
What are you talking about?
It's Kyrie Irving. It's Kyrie Irving. Oh my god. Okay. 7-7.
Tristan Thompson. Fuck you.
7-7. Okay. Oh, here we go. Question 3. This one's going to have you guys thinking for a little bit. By the way, I'm going to preface it with this. You guys got 30 seconds. So I'm going to ask it. I'm going to count to 30. After, okay, you don't got to wait 2 seconds, but let me finish, saying the question before you, So, but after I finish the question, I'm going to give 30 in my head. If we don't get anyone to time out, I'm going to have to call a delay game. So, Anyway, question 3. Which coach has lost Game 7 in the NBA Finals with 2 different teams?
Good. With 2 different teams. As a coach?
As a coach.
As a coach on 2 different teams. Okay. Just making sure. I wasn't sure if he was like sneaking in Steve Kerr and being like, maybe Steve Kerr when he was a player lost a Game 7 somewhere. 2 different teams.
What you got, Johnny?
Pat Riley.
Are you on Google?
No, I'm not on Google. I was just going through like which coaches have been to the finals with 2 different teams.
Yeah, that's a good guess.
The answer is indeed Pat Riley.
Let's go. Okay.
That's where my mind was going. I'm like trying to think of the Game 7s, and I was like, I just got to think of a coach. That's
It was
coached
84
a lot.
and 94.
Yeah, okay. That checks out.
Let me get a good one here. Okay. So hold on. It's 14-7, Johnny. I foresee a turn of the tide, Caleb. Don't worry. I think you got this comeback coming.
He's just going to ask like really niche Thunder stats.
How many points did Shea score in Game 1 of the 2025 NBA?
Yeah.
38.
Yeah.
You're done, Johnny. No. All right, guys. Next question. How many Game 7 finals have occurred since the year 1997? Caleb?
Game 7s? 4.
Can you name the years? You got the points, but this is gonna be for
2000. 16, obviously. 16, 2010, the Celtics Lakers, and then 04. I think I saw a stat flying around.
You were so close, but I can't tell you the answers just yet. Because, listen, while you did score a touchdown, Caleb, Johnny, if you can get these 4, you can run that 2-point back for a 2-point.
That's crazy. And not counting 25. We're not counting 2025.
No.
Okay.
That's a good point. I should have made that.
Yeah, okay. I was just making sure. So, the question is, which one of these do I think he's wrong on?
I don't know. We may never know.
Is
Probably
it
like a year off.
right? That's why I'm like, is it 01 and not 2000?
Well,
All the same, except I'm going 01.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
All right. It's 14-14. The correct years are 05, 2010, 2013,
05.
2016.
Okay, 13 I missed in there.
And it was
But I was thinking it was 04 or 05. I can't remember which one.
Oh, okay.
The 13
Yeah,
I
was
missed.
Gotcha.
But we
Which
have a
I
tie
don't know, I
ball
missed
game.
13. I was watching the Ray Allen freaking highlights like 2 days ago.
Bruh.
That was the easiest one.
Oh yeah! Wow, that
Celtics.
was so funny. Yeah, I can't even believe I didn't think of that.
Oh, the Spurs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's obvious.
That corner 3. Oof.
Mhm.
A
Yeah,
thing of beauty.
send it to Game 7. That was an easy one. Damn, that's tough. I was overthinking it. Like I didn't know any Game 7s.
All right, we had 14-14 game. Johnny, you could have held the lead with that, but We'll keep it going. Next question, guys. How many Game 7s? I'll lead off with this. There have been 19 Game 7s all time. How many of those games were won by home teams?
We kind of answered this already.
All right. Have I buzzed?
Yeah, you're buzzed, Johnny.
All right. Let's go 16.
16?
Yeah, because I think I'm going to throw in one extra one, like pre-bullets. If I'm wrong, so be it.
What you got for an answer, Caleb?
I'm going to say 17. It's just the bullets.
Motherfucker. It's just the bullets in the cabs.
15 is the answer.
Okay. All right.
Okay, all right. So there was a couple before.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are close.
I would have said 17. Because maybe I wasn't listening as closely. But I think actually they did say, because there was a couple before the Bulls.
Hold on, did they just go into the history of Game 7 in this podcast?
Well, yeah, they were talking about like road teams because everyone was like, the team who's won Game 6 has won like the last 4 Game 7s. But they were like, well, yeah, that was when they did the old 2-3-2 format. So, like, you remember Miami in Game 6 won on their home court, and then they were back home for Game 7, so they did 2-3-2. But now they switched, I think, the next year, actually, to 2-2-1-1-1. So I mean, as a baseball fan, I hate the 2-3-2. Screwed my I don't want to say screwed my Cleveland team, but didn't help. Oh no.
God damn it, man. I could see you on one screen.
All right.
There we go.
All right,
welcome back.
All good. Okay.
Welcome back. Like Halliburton, he had to disappear for a game.
Had to stutter for a second.
All right, guys.
Sorry, I had to dip off and watch the entire Bill Simmons podcast at 100x speed.
So you can get the next question.
Yep.
It's actually worth hearing all those questions.
Listen, guys. It is a 14-14 game. So here's what we're going to do. Next score wins.
All right.
We are in overtime. We are officially in overtime.
Not playoff overtime. Not you're right. Not Josh Allen's cutesy playtime. We feel bad for you. Everyone gets a trophy overtime rules. Talking real old school Tim Tebow, Demaryius Thomas torched the Steelers on the first play of the game overtime rules. Okay. How about that?
All right, guys. I got a question for you. I hope one of you have an answer. But as we mentioned, first score wins. No chance to match. There'll be no other questions. How many NBA Finals Game 7, guys, have been decided by more than 20 points? Johnny?
1.
And I'm going to preface this with this. Because it's sudden death, it only makes sense for me to give you guys both a chance to answer. But I will give you the first answer, John. So if you both answer correct, Johnny, you got it. Okay. Caleb?
Yeah.
How many Game 7s you think have been decided by 20-plus points? And I'll also add this, even though you already answered, Johnny. Don't think too hard about it.
None.
Is that your final answer?
Sure.
So, Johnny, you said 1?
Said 1.
Caleb, you said none? Well, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who you are, there have never been any NBA Game 7s decided by 20-plus points.
That probably makes sense. I figure there had to be one somewhere, but...
So with that being said, dang, this man Caleb, he just showed up and he just won. First one ever. First one ever.
Honestly, you know what? He showed up. He
21-14.
Shout out Bill.
21-14.
He won this. He's an Eagles fan and he's a Thunder fan, folks. You gotta cheer for the Patriots. You just can't. He can't.
It might be my year. It might be my year.
No,
my friends have been saying, "Is it the year of my nickname?" My nickname's Goose for my college friends. Is it the year of the Goose?
The year of the Goose.
Won in OKC.
Do the Guardians have a chance?
Was rolling. No, they are trash. They're losing the A's right now. So.
Oh damn.
Yeah. No, they.
I know. I don't know a lot about baseball, but I know enough to know that losing to the A's is embarrassing.
Yes. Yeah.
That's crazy.
The A's are so bad that no city even claims them now. So they're just the A's.
They're just the
They're not Oakland?
No, they're playing in a minor league stadium in Sacramento this year or something like that.
That's crazy.
But they're not like taking the city name because they'll be in Vegas in a couple of years. But they're just the
I was
Athletics.
gonna say, you'd think they'd just join the Raiders.
Yeah, well, they're like building a stadium, but it's not ready for like 5 years or something stupid. It's like it'd take forever.
Why does it take so long to build a stadium? That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's crazy.
There's enough desert out there. You just find a freaking patch of sand.
No, facts too. It's like it's not even like a football stadium. You got to go put turf in, and you gotta. I feel like this.
Play in the sphere.
Make the
play
grass
inside the sphere.
Nah, bro, because you know how mad
there's a AAA team out there in Vegas. So there's a field out there.
Oh, okay.
Play at UNLV Stadium, University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Yeah, why not?
Play at a nice stadium.
I mean, I don't know if you ever watched any old Raiders games, Caleb, or even you, Johnny. But do you guys remember the Raiders games with the baseball, or they be playing the football?
Yeah.
The receivers and shit catches, and they're just going through the baseball shit. There's like
yeah. Well, I mean,
mad
they
sand
still
all over them.
So the A's have still been in that stadium up until this is their last year. They were in that stadium. So obviously, when Raiders left, it was just baseball. But yeah, they were still on that. It's not a very nice stadium, but
no,
Oakland fans were obviously a little upset. But anyway, A's suck, Guardians suck. So
I mean,
the year of the
Oakland's
Goose stops on Sunday night, no matter what.
Oakland's one of 5 stadiums you could die if you go there, so they shouldn't be mad.
Yeah, maybe.
They should
if you want to bandwagon the New York Liberty, we're running it back this year.
That's crazy because the Fever just handed y'all that first L. How you feel?
I feel great. We have the best record in the league.
That's okay,
what are you talking about?
We didn't have Caitlin Clark for 6 games, and we got the 6th best record in the league. So.
And yet we did dust you the first time we played.
Bro, y'all won by like 3 points. Get up out of here.
Dusted.
And we blew a lead. We were up like 6 points at the end.
Yeah, that's called veteran experience. That's called championship mentality.
Listen.
That's called we got Caitlin Clark before Caitlin Clark.
Nah, it's really though. I've said that. Like Sabrina Ionescu is Caitlin Clark before. It's crazy. So she's Caitlin Clark before Caitlin Clark. But the only reason we know is because we saw Caitlin Clark.
It's just she's the that being said,
because you're like,
Sabrina
that's Caitlin Clark, Steph Curry, and you see Sabrina and you go, wait, Sabrina does that same shit, and you're like, oh,
but she also
doing
played
that same shit.
She went to the All-Star game and played against Steph before
point
Caitlin was in the
contest.
league. Yeah.
Was that last year?
2 years ago, I think.
I think it was 2 years ago.
Okay,
it could have been last year. Yeah, it wasn't this most recent one.
Yeah, last year they were saying like they wanted to do Clark and Curry, but Caitlin wanted to save it for like the WNBA.
Yeah, she says she doesn't, which I respect. It makes sense.
I know.
But the more upsetting part of that is,
bro,
Ionescu,
save what, bro? You just go out there and shoot some fucking shots. What are you saying?
Right, but she's just saying, like, if you want to watch me in a 3-point contest, it's not going to be in the men's.
Oh, because she doesn't want to take the viewership
one
over from the WNBA.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but Ionescu, the more annoying part was that she would have won the actual 3-point contest, but she, with what she scored against Curry, but Curry beat her. But if you had put her score in the actual men's 3-point contest, she would have won it.
It was the best score. That's crazy.
Yeah.
She's nice. She's so good.
Nah, bro. She killer. But she still ain't Caitlin Clark, though. I'll tell you that.
And she ain't even, and the best part is she's not even the best player on the team. She's that good, and Breanna Stewart is still better than her.
Stewie.
So you got
Stewie still?
Oh, yeah. I just have to always defer to Stewie because she's from Syracuse. I mean, what are you gonna do?
But she's like my dad's age.
Where'd she grow up?
Syracuse. She went to CNS. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, yep, went to CNS. So, gotta defer to Stewie.
I'll tell you what, Caitlin Clark is the best player on the Fever, but Sophie Cunningham is my favorite.
I think a lot of people like Sophie Cunningham.
Honestly, bro,
straight men.
I didn't know who she was, and I was like, bro, her and Lexi Hall are almost like twins.
Yeah, I mean, most blonde white women look the same, so it's like.
First of all, that's racist.
No, I can say it. You can't say it, but I can say
it. You can.
I'm allowed.
Nah, that's why I made sure the caption was you talking about the salt and pepper, so it was okay for us to say that.
The caption of me. Wait, what?
If I'm talking about salt and pepper being the Hall of Fame spice of white people, then I'm gonna have white people all over the world mad at me. So I was like, this is Johnny, not me.
What? Wait, what did I even say about salt and pepper?
You were like, you gotta put salt and pepper, but you just gotta put more than that.
Oh yeah, that was what I said.
And I was like, thank God, better coming from you.
Yeah,
because
you have to put salt and pepper on everything, but you also have to put more. You can't just put salt and pepper. That's crazy.
Wait, and then there's more.
Exactly.
No.
Well, that was my dad's rule. My dad is, for anyone who doesn't know, my dad is a chef.
Bro, listen, this man's pies, bro. Bro, listen.
Yeah.
If you ever had call John after we get off here and force him to call his dad and tell him to ship you a fucking pie, bro. It's even worth it if he makes you pay for the ingredients he's got to go buy. If I'm telling you, bro, these shits are...
The pies are award winning, but his rule, though, he's an executive Italian chef, and his rule was you have to start every single dish, no matter what it is, with salt, pepper, butter, garlic. For Italian food. Every single dish, no matter what, if it's Italian.
Bro, I think Italians are black. I think we got more in common than we think.
Italians were considered black for a while until.
Weren't they discriminated on like black people were at one point?
Right, like I wouldn't say they were considered exactly black, but they were also otherized. Yeah. They were also otherized until and the Irish were too, until there was a turn around like the early 1900s where they're like, that being said though, we are going to need more people to vote. So we do need people to vote racist for us. So let's just tell them actually they're one of us now. Show up and vote racist with us. And they're like, all right, I guess I'll vote racist.
That's crazy. So why they let us vote then?
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln. What about women? What are they getting out of that? It took a while for women. Women was the 20s. So it took a while. Damn, so you're saying every decision that's ever happened has some type of political motivation?
Pretty damn much. Yeah, almost every day.
Man, listen, it's like telling me the sports are rigged, bro. You're ruining life for me right now. I'm trying to enjoy.
What's our rig though?
I'm trying to listen.
Can we talk about the people who think that the finals are rigged for OKC? I've been seeing that a lot.
If they win, it is.
Like, NBA rigged, right? NBA rigged it so Oklahoma could have a title.
Bro, if the NBA rigged it, these two teams wouldn't have made the playoffs.
What are we even talking about?
This
is the craziest stuff.
Do you honestly?
I think Charlotte. I think if the NBA was rigging things, Charlotte would be better than these two teams.
There's a much easier one.
Like they're a small market, but Charlotte's not Charlotte's like compared to OKC and Indiana.
I got a much easier one.
Pretty similar.
If the NBA was rigging the playoffs in any way, shape, or form, the Los Angeles Lakers with LeBron James don't go out in the first round. Obviously. Like, what are we talking about? They at least make it to round 2.
Not to mention, they would at least go 7 games. They wouldn't get freaking bounced in 5. in the
Right.
first round. They just got dominated.
And if
Even
it was
if
rigged,
they
wouldn't have vetoed that trade for Mark Williams.
No,
yeah, the Mark Williams trade would have gone through, and then
Like,
maybe
they
they would
wouldn't
have ran
have-
through the West.
Right, somebody.
Yeah,
Somebody. That shit, I can't even if it is, don't tell me. It's like it's like the ending to a show, but like you're never gonna watch the last episode. Like it's like I'm not gonna watch it. I just want to imagine it, but don't tell me because you're gonna ruin it for me.
Like David
maybe it
Stern's
is, maybe it
NBA,
isn't,
we have
but,
a lot of stuff that kind of leans towards it was probably a little bit rigged.
Now,
but
the
I think
lottery-
Adam Silver's NBA is not rigged.
The lottery,
Live
though,
games being rigged.
you can get me on that. Finals,
Yeah,
no.
sure.
Lottery, maybe.
Live games, no. Yeah, anything like doing like refereeing or like no. Come on.
Well, there was the one, obviously there's the Lakers Kings series, but that wasn't the league office. That was like a mob thing.
Yeah.
So the people thought it was
I
a
get
league
behind
office. Yeah.
I get behind it, but I mean, let's be serious here. Oklahoma City and Indiana. Do you think the NBA office cares at all who wins? They do not. They do not. They're just glad it went to Game 7.
Yeah, that's all they really want.
Like, so we're gonna get any money.
We've had so many just shit finals matchups for a while.
Yeah.
That just, I mean, like that Nuggets Heat finals like is one of the worst we've seen in a long time.
Damn,
I mean,
you
I
think
think it's
so?
pretty bad too.
Wait, hold on.
It
Was that
was-
the?
It was
Oh
like
no,
5 games.
I'm
It
thinking.
sucked.
Yeah.
Hold on, didn't
Yeah.
they play the Lakers in the finals too?
The Nuggets?
No,
the Heat. Oh, the
no,
Heat played the
Heat.
Lakers. Yeah,
Okay, I'm
in the bubble.
I'm
That was
thinking
the
that
bubble,
one.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
one was where Jimmy was going crazy. Okay, so he probably didn't go crazy.
It
in
was.
the other
It
one.
still only went like 6, I think. Like it wasn't.
Nah,
but it wasn't like.
But it was more so
I
the
don't know
fact
if
that
it was
like,
ever, like,
Jimmy almost single-handedly willed the 6 games. Though, like without
Yeah.
Jimmy, that's a sweep.
And then there was the Bucks Phoenix one, which
Yeah.
went 6
Those weren't
games,
bad.
but it was 2 games for Phoenix, and then the Bucks won 4 in a row and
Yeah.
closed it out.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and then I think 22 wasn't bad with the Celtics and Golden State. I think
That was nice
Boston
to
was up
cheer for
2-1.
Golden State in the finals for the
Yeah.
first time in my life.
Yeah, like
Wow.
feel like this is a
Yeah.
full full circle story. with
James
Steph.
Wiseman.
Yeah, I'll never cheer for Boston ever. You'll
Yeah.
never catch me cheering for Boston.
You know, it's funny.
They
Johnny?
could.
And also, you're welcome to hop on if you can, Caleb. But for after this Game 7, one of the guests we're gonna have is a Celtics fan. So come ready with your shit talk.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll just trash. Are they from Boston?
Nah, his name's I'll give you some background. His name is
Do I know them?
Nazi. His name, no, you don't. His name's Nazi. So I met him through Zach G. Just kind of my connection and shit. He's an artist in Utica, but owns like a studio and shit. Does a bunch of other stuff, podcasts, shit like that. So he's a Celtics fan, so he's gonna hop on, we chat Celtics, kind of ask a little interview type shit, ask him some questions, stuff like that, possibly about music. Who knows? But you can hop on as well, Caleb. I gotta
Yeah,
get a
mean,
scene.
Game
I gotta
7,
get a scene
if
for
we
4
lose,
people. But yeah, I say if
we
you lose,
Game
I say
7.
I'll create for 4 people, but I'll just keep in mind if you guys lose, we're only gonna have 3.
Oh
Yeah.
man, no! You have to
You
hop
have
on.
to hop on because
Immediate, bro. You have
bro,
to-
we gotta clown you. We gotta clown you.
Well, not even to clown you. Honestly, we have
We'll
to
be nicer. We'll be nicer.
focus him. We have to focus him for 5 straight minutes and not
How
say a
do you
goddamn
feel?
word. And because that we're talking about getting clips, bro. We need clips. We need
Yeah.
clips.
Listen, I live on a 4th floor balcony now, so
Oh
he's about to go out.
no!
we're still
bruh.
off the,
Just make
Hey,
sure
man,
you turn the
boy.
camera off before you jump.
Yeah, we
Yeah, like midway down, turn it off so we don't get the.
all right. Flash the hotline on here, editor. Just
We
real
still
quick.
want,
Flash the
we still want
hotline.
monetization, so we don't want to see the end. We just
this indie hedge might literally save my life. So
Yeah, the hedge.
literally.
I quadrupled my largest bet ever. Like
Wow.
basically put my profit I would have made in OKC on Indy. So
I'll tell you what, guys, it's a win-win now. Either way, it's a
Yeah.
win-win. Because listen, I mean, don't say yeah for you. You're gonna be mad if the other team.
Yeah.
But I'm saying win-win because listen, if the Pacers win, we get to have a Thunder fan live after a Game 7 loss. But if the Thunder win, we come on here and we have an oxtails, baby.
We're having oxtails. Let's go.
Dinner. We're having a home grill Thanksgiving. I gotta tell Razzie. I'll be like, bro, you better pull up with oxtails, but I'm sorry.
I gotta start researching where I'm gonna get my oxtails.
I'm about to order an oxtail dinner. I don't know what.
Sam's Club.
Something.
I heard Sam's Club.
Hopefully, they make it for you. 'Cause I'm not cooking it.
I'm going to a Caribbean restaurant.
Oh, you're right. I gotta go. Wait, is it Jamaican or Caribbean, or is it the same thing?
I think a lot of it's not the. I mean, it's like how
it's Jamaican. It's Jamaica is
part
island.
of the Caribbean. Yeah.
Okay, so it's like how China's Asia, but it's not like.
I think other Caribbean islands cook with oxtail meat. Like, I don't think it's only a Jamaican thing. I'm pretty sure like Haitians make food with oxtails too.
I'm excited too. I've had oxtails in my cart like 5 times and never actually completed the order.
That's funny.
I'm always looking. Well, you know what happened? I was going on it's always these white girls, man. I was going on a date with this white girl, and she was like, "Oh, I want some oxtails," and I was like,
"She said she wants oxtails. That's a hate crime."
I was like, bro, you must
have so funny.
She must have just heard a Drake. She must have just heard a Drake song or something.
She's Chet. She's Chet, bro. You went on a date with
I go. I'm like, so what are your favorite foods? She goes, oxtails, collard
greens,
cornbread,
and ribs.
I'm looking at her like, you're a nigga. You're like, all she gotta do is pop out a Black and Mild. Then I'm like, nope, we can't even hang out no more.
She's wearing a do-rag.
I saw someone say that, and I 100% agree with it. Listen,
oh shit.
My niggas can smoke Black and Milds. Girls I hang with, you can smoke Black and Milds, but bro, if my bitch bust down a Black and Mild in front of me, it's over. It's over. I'm dating a nigga. I'm sorry.
I used to like Black and Milds, and then there was one time I was far too drunk, and I like grabbed the Black and Mild, I lit it up, and took one puff, and instantly projectile vomited. I was like, it was like I went boom, and I have not smoked one since. Like it's probably like 5 years. I used to like them a lot, but now I can't. It like grosses me out to even do it. So.
I stopped for a while. You know who inspired me? Our boy Nick Wright. It was the day that the day the Chiefs beat the Bills in the playoffs, and he walked down New York City smoking a Black and Mild. He's so funny because he'd pass people in the street and he'd be like, "Yo, what's going on, brother?" And then keep on walking. And he was in like this dude asked him for a lighter. He's like, "Oh, you need a light? I got you." I'm like, "Damn, Nick Wright's a nigga." Like, I'm like, but he was he goes, "Man, I've been Black and Mild free for like 8 months." He goes, "But I said when the Chiefs beat the Bills, shut them Bills fans up, I'm gonna smoke one." And he walked down the street smoking a Black and Mild, and I was like, "Man, that nigga looks so cool."
His whole family's black. He's like his
wife's black.
He's adjacent. Yeah, he's got like
he's adjacent.
He's adjacent. Yeah, he's got black wife, black kids.
He's going to the cookout for sure.
You're right, exactly. He's got
cookout.
In fact, he might host it. Yeah, literally, he might host it. He might invite me to the cookout.
Yeah, exactly.
But at that point in time, I had smoked a Black and Mild, and then around the same time period, like almost a year or so, a couple years, and I was like, "Damn, man, I want to smoke a Black and Mild. Fuck the Bills." So I smoked a Black and Mild, and so now every now and then when I'm watching like a game that I'm really trying to like just relax for, watch the game. Plus Ocho Cinco, he talks about coffee and cigars, which is a good combo apparently, depending on the flavor of coffee and the flavor of cigar. I don't know. It doesn't sound to me like it's appealing. Like the combination of the two, I like them both. So for me, it's like, and then obviously you got the hen and the yak, right? Or not the hen and the yak and the black and the yaks with Shannon back in the day. So I like to sip on a margarita, smoke a Black and Mild, and then watch the game. So that's kind of what I'll do is I'll smoke Black and Mild for the games.
I will say the other thing about Nick Wright is I told you guys I watch a lot of professional poker, and sometimes you'll turn on a tournament and you'll be like, "Oh shit, there's Nick Wright," because he plays in a ton of poker.
No way.
He plays in
tournaments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dog. Does he got a good
I've seen him
poker
go
face?
heads up with. Oh, he's good. Yeah, I've seen him go heads up with like Phil Hellmuth, and like make it to the final table and go heads up with like a real bona fide pro. Like
Crazy.
it's crazy. Yeah, like he's good.
FS1 allows that.
Yeah, no, he takes days off. Like if you ever like watch the show, he will not be there sometimes, and it's because he's playing in a poker tournament.
I mean,
That's crazy.
I'm telling you, he plays. Yeah.
nah, bro, it's that second income. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Listen, guys, we're being real selfish. Because we talked about the game, we did all this, but we just act like everybody in the entire world just knows. You know what I'm saying? What if they didn't see the game? Now, granted, they didn't see the game. I don't know why you're watching this, but
Yeah.
if you did not see Game 6 of the NBA Finals, the Pacers won emphatically. Let me say it again. Emphatically. 108-91. But as Caleb said, usually Game 6, Thunder take a little break. You know, rest up for Game 7. Which makes sense. But it is the Pacers. But that being said, it is our first Game 7 since 2016. As we've talked about, we finally have a good finals. Hopefully it's a good ending, not a 30-point blowout either way. And the Pacers led by as many as 31 points in the game. And I was actually, funny enough, I was driving home during this game, so I was like peeping in and out, and then I watched it this morning. And when I saw all Pacers up by 31, I was like, holy shit. But that being said, the Thunder typically respond super well after they lose in a blowout. I mean, every time they've lost in a blowout so far, they pretty much dominated the next game, for the most part. So, anyway, guys, that is why we have a Game 7. Because the Pacers evened it out. So we'll see if home court advantage is decisive. And it's 2-1. It's 2-1. We got two couch coaches. Got the Pacers. I actually think the Pacers. I think John might just be trying to keep his prediction going.
There's no statistical reason I think it's the Pacers.
There's no I never have a statistical reason.
This is fully off vibes.
My reason never makes sense. Johnny's reason, there is no. It's just vibes.
I'm making all the jokes about black magic and devil magic and all this stuff. And then we see Pascal Siakam before the game last night.
Bro, I was like, holy.
I went, bro, why would you do that? Aside from,
do you think he's clowning? Do you think he knows?
You know,
I don't know. I don't know what he was doing.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
Bro,
but I think it's real.
But that dunk that he had,
didn't do it until he got out there.
Bro, that dunk that he had. I saw that shit to some. I saw they put that shit to some music. I forgot what the song was, bro. The music be changing everything. They put it to some music, like if you put, they put Derrick Rose's highlights to "Can I Call You Rose?" And I was like, holy shit, it changed the whole film. I was like, bro.
You know what? What do you think the best highlight film song is? Because I have one. I have one, like, it's not even close.
It's that one they always play when it's not highlights. I think it's the low light one when they always they play that one song that always goes like it'll be like missed field goals. They'll put that song on there. I don't know what it's called though.
My favorite, it's not even close. The best highlight song is "My Heart Will Go On" by Celine Dion. It is not even.
Is that the ASPCA song?
No. It's the Titanic song.
Oh yes, that's the one with the field goals, bro. That's what I was talking about. They'll put that on some I'll put that on bloopers too sometimes.
Dude, there's one, like, I will look up like "My Heart Will Go On" and like highlight compilations. Well, yeah, because it'll like da 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 da, and then like Stephon Diggs catches the pass and jukes Marshawn Lattimore. We're far wherever. It's so good. You're like,
these tears in your eyes, bro. You're like, bro, this is beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Nah, 100%. But nah, the music, that dunk was crazy. But Black Magic, who do you think they sacrificed, Johnny? How do
They're saying TJ McConnell's grandpa.
Yeah. What are you talking about? Wait, what is the thing? They're talking about this?
Yeah.
The dude's
hold on.
The dude is.
Before I start laughing, what happened to his grandpa?
He's just an old ass dude.
He's super old. He looks like
clinging on to life.
He hasn't passed away yet, though.
There's
Why did you laugh?
There's a
Like,
clip of
Any
there's a
day.
clip of Pascal Siakam walking up and shaking his hand and holding on for a long time and like
No
looking into his
way.
eyes, and you're like,
Pascal
yeah.
himself?
no.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's done.
No,
If he hasn't already been sacrificed, it's happening
it's Jim
tomorrow.
Irsay. They
Oh,
sacrificed Jim
that's
Irsay.
crazy. Well, I was gonna say maybe it
Yeah.
was because Caitlin Clark's playing, but she played rough that last game, and she also almost got her ass beat the other day.
They
So.
sacrificed her quad. Yeah, they sacrificed.
She
a lot
almost
of
got in a
stuff.
fight, bro. She had
Anthony Richardson's injured right now, so there's all kinds of fun stuff.
I'll just say, if you look at missing persons reports in Indianapolis, I bet there's been a large spike since mid-April. I'm just going out on a limb.
And you know what's funny? Indianapolis is
Yeah.
the best part of Indiana.
Mhm.
Very nice city. I've been there at the NCAA headquarters. Very nice city.
Damn.
But I bet missing persons is going with Pascal and Co. out on the streets.
I don't know if I've been to Indiana.
I almost
don't think
went
I've ever
there.
been in the state.
I was in
Yeah.
this like NFL quote unquote, it's for high schoolers, but like NFL developmental football camp. And so we went and we did 7-on-7, and we ended up mixing up into these two different teams. And so we had two teams from like the quote unquote Syracuse camp, and we ended up going to Lions Field. I think it's in Rochester, Lions Field, and we did 7-on-7 with like these teams from like Pennsylvania and like local states and shit. And so what happened was, I think it was like the top 2 or 3 teams got to go to Indianapolis that year. It was in my sophomore year of high school for the combine. So they would do their own drills on the field, but then they'd also get to watch the combine and whatnot, hotel. And bro,
Heck yeah.
we were second, bro. I was pissed. I was like, these motherfuckers, bro. I'm trying. Because at that point in my life, I was like, at that point in my life, I'm trying to go pro. I'm like, these niggas gotta watch me. Fuck these combine players. Fuck these niggas in the combine. Like, they out here to watch me. Like, but you know
Also,
who?
the NCAA headquarters are there too, so that's why I was out there.
Damn.
So it's a nice little city.
I gotta make it there. Hold on. So, do the Fever and the Pacers, do they play in Indianapolis, or is it like
Believe so.
outside the city?
It's like right in the middle of the city. Yeah.
Okay, perfect, good.
Yeah,
Great.
it's uptown a bit. I was like down. I was more downtown for like NCAA. They showed actually the NCAA headquarters in the one little like aerial shot they did in Game 3. But like, yeah, the game bridge is like more downtown because there was actually a game that night that I got there in December, and they a bunch of the people went, and it's like, yeah, it was like walkable from where we were at the hotel. We were at a Marriott right in the middle of the city.
Damn. Yeah, shout out to Marriott, bro. I went there.
Yeah.
They saved my life. I go to all these team trips I go to all these team trips for work, and
Yeah.
I always forget that I got to, because I'm like, listen, I'm not tripping about it. So it's like whatever. Like, I'll pay off these these credit cards as I'm going, like pay them off, whatever. And I always forget to clear money on my credit card because they want that deposit for the room. Because I don't pay for the room. My company, my job does. So
Right.
I get there and they're
Right.
like, "Oh yeah, that'll be $400 charged for that." And I'm like, I'm always sitting like, man, I don't know if I got a card that's gonna take that right now. If I'm keeping it real with you, and I just flew here, so I don't know where I'm gonna go. But listen, so I shout out to Marriott though, because I was super worried when I went to Jersey a couple weeks ago, because I went to Colorado last year, and they did the $400 shit, and I cleared space, but for this one I didn't. I forgot about it. I was like, oh shit. So I get there, and shout out, it was only $100 for blessings, but they also take debit, bro. What is with these hotels only taking credit card, bro? I could have $1 million. I could have $1 million in my bank, and if I got no credit card, they ain't gonna fucking take my shit.
It's
crazy.
a security thing. It's like, it's so they can, if you fuck the room up, they can ding you even more, and they know you'll have the money. Whereas if it's debit, you might not have enough for them to recoup. That's why, like, if they do take debit, normally they'll take the bigger hold on it.
That's wild though, because they took debit for the 100, but they didn't take debit for the 400. Well, my thing
I knew
is
you
though,
were an upstanding man.
well, my debit's gonna have more money than my credit more often than not.
Car rental companies are the same way. They don't like they don't like to do debit. They'd prefer you do credit. I know.
I mean, I guess it's better than cash only, but I'm sitting here. I'm thinking to myself too. I'm like, what if I do it and they go, what if they don't want to they don't want to cause any like customer hassles? So like they have a screen where on your side it says approved, but on their side it says decline. Don't cause a fuss. It's like decline, but they just want you to like, fuck it, let them go through. I was sitting there. I was like, I'm about to barter with them. Like I'm like, listen, guys, listen. I'm about to give you my iPad. If there's any charges to this room, you keep the iPad. It's worth more than the charge. But I don't got the money right now. Like barter. I was trying to work out a barter. And it was mad because I get there and I'm already like kind of like, ooh, this is going to be rough. I got my whole, like everyone in my job behind me and shit. And I'm like, I wanted to go to the back of the line. Like I tried to check in like when everybody else already did. But we couldn't check in when everyone got there and we had meetings. So like everyone's in line at the same time. And I'm like, oh, fuck. They're about to watch me go up there and look stupid. And then they switched out the people. So it was like, went from like this older lady to like this like 20, I don't know, like mid-20s, 30 hot girl. Like she was hot. And I'm just like, oh, fuck. Now she's going to think I'm broke. I'm like, damn, bro. I was like, I'm about to go up here and be like, listen. I don't know if it's going to go through. But if it don't, just blow on it. Well, rub it on your shirt a couple times. Try it again. And if it don't, I got to make a phone call. And then we're going to try it again. I was like, God damn, but it worked out. Listen, guys. I know. I said 12. We're getting close, Johnny. We're getting close. Have you eaten today, John? Have you eaten today, John?
Not in a while.
Okay, but I'm just making sure because I got an HR complaint after I the other day when I was like, nah, we gotta keep going. I haven't eaten either. I was they were like, listen, bro, we don't care if you haven't eaten. Your employees got to eat. So I'm just making sure. I don't want to get sued. I don't want HR coming.
I'm just gonna try to be here mad late, man. That's all.
I don't want HR coming to my office.
We were supposed to do 9:30. We had 10, and then it became 10:30, and it was a whole thing. So now it's like
it's not even 11 yet. What are you talking about?
Nah, bro.
It's not even 11 yet.
What are you talking about? I bumped my clock back an hour just to be in sync.
So all I'm saying, I just don't want to be punished on the back end for all of the delays, you know.
Nah, you're Gucci. Listen, we're gonna end up with a couple questions real quick. We'll wrap it up. Because in a world full of questions, the people need answers. And here on Couch Coach, we have those answers as long as we're off by 12. It's time.
Around 12. That is exactly, but
it's time for the people want to know. Now, guys, the people want to know if your partner ghosted you during a short trip. I mean, Casper the Ghost ghosted you. But then they came back and they apologized after they got back from the trip. Would you stay with them?
Full ghost? Hell no. That's crazy.
All right, 4-day trip. Didn't hear from her. She left. You didn't hear from her from the time she got there until the time she got back home.
Yeah, the hell no. That's crazy. That's intentional. That's not an accident. Yeah.
Even if she's like, I was just busy, like there was nothing happening.
No,
I was with the girls.
No.
And the boys you didn't know were there.
No. You could, even if you're cheating on me, you better send me a courtesy text. Like, what are we doing here? No
courtesy check. Just
that was literally like, if you don't do it, you're like, okay, you're just telling me you're cheating on me, and that's like, I guess thanks for being honest, but that's what that is. You made an intentional decision to not text me one time through a whole thing. Like, what are we talking about? I'm not asking for the 24/7 conversation. I'm on the record as not a fan of that, but I'm like, you gotta just do like one a day. Be like, look at this. This is a picture of me. Like, oh, look at this. I went to McDonald's today. Like,
what if that picture is? What if every picture she sends has another nigga in it? But like not with her, just in the background. Like her and her friends, and there's a nigga in the background. Nigga in the background, he's just standing there like this.
It's the same dude every time.
Every time, and he gets a little closer every day. You know, that's better than no text at all.
At least I know. At least I know. Like when you get back, I can have a bitch in the crib. Like you know what I'm
He
saying?
gets a
Like,
little closer every day.
nah, yeah, I'm not. No, I'm not staying. I'm out.
Yeah.
Honestly. Oh, yo, Apple just did me dirty. They got this desktop saver thing with a photo desktop, like you know, I'm talking about the widgets, and it goes through photos. And as we were talking about this shit, a picture of my ex came out. This shit, bro. I was like, oh, haven't seen her in a while, and I didn't hope to. No, I'm not staying. I'm not staying. Honestly, bro, I don't want people to think I'm crazy now, but listen, if she ghosts me and she went on a trip and like it's like real, like not like just like we're just talking, we're just dating, but like it's real, like she's my girl, that's my lady. Honestly, bro, I'm showing up. She got listen, she got 36 hours. I'll give you the 12 for the 8 to sleep and the 4 for whatever and the 24 to fuck the whatever. Fuck around, dude. You just got there, you know, settle in. But you got 36 hours. If I don't hear nothing,
I'm going Taken Liam Neeson mode. I'm assuming you're dead. I'm assuming the people
like,
got you.
I'm in a Sprinter van with 6 niggas, bro. We're on our way.
Going 18.
I'm assuming you're kidnapped.
Yeah, at that point you have to. You have to be like, oh, it's over.
And she like she like,
that's actually the better point. If she doesn't text you at all for those days, you're like, oh, she's kidnapped.
Like she's kidnapped. Like, and honestly, I know deep down, I know she's not kidnapped. But that's what we're going. That's what we're going with.
She'll be in full tactical gear. Kick in the door and she's just laying in bed with another man.
Bro, and after I beat his ass, I'm like, are you safe? Are you safe?
Are you safe? What did this man do to you? Did he tell you?
He did that. How dare you do that to my girl? She's a nice lady.
How dare you violate her?
Oh Lordy. Caleb, again, you can always say plead the fifth. Always say plead the fifth. What you got?
Yeah, well, are you're in just a long-term relationship, right? You're not engaged,
almost 2 years now. Yeah,
right. Okay,
2 years in July. I mean, we're definitely like we were just away from each other for 3 weeks, and we called each other a lot. We didn't text, but like I remember she went on vacation with her mom in like January, and she didn't have like great service, so I didn't really talk to her a lot. But like it'd be odd, but I would kind of give her the benefit of the doubt.
See,
at this point,
bless your heart, guy. Caleb. Bless your heart, Caleb.
You're a good guy.
No. See, no. Listen, I'm telling you. I don't know about Johnny. Johnny just gives those vibes anyway. But like, bro, just so much has happened in this life, man. I don't trust these bitches. So it makes me happy when there's like. And I think you have good reason, obviously. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've never been in a situation that you're in with any of the girls that I've not been with. So when they ghost me, it's like, nah, this hoe is tripping. This hoe is tripping.
If it's been like a month or two, I'd be like, all right, peace out.
Yeah,
like,
right, I mean, because you guys are also like, you're making big steps and big progress, you know what I'm saying, towards that next level. Yeah. Like, even after a year, like, I think if it was a month, I wouldn't even expect her to text me when she was gone. Like, I mean, well, I guess it depends on the levels, like, talking for a month versus dating for a month. But, like, I'm talking, like, if I'm, like, a year, but it's, like, we're not taking steps to become, like, anything after that. We've just been dating for a year, and we're just where we are right now. Like, I'm kind of like, especially if I met you in a similar fashion to which you're going out right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I met you in the club, and that's how we started, and now you're about to be in the club 4 days straight, and I ain't hear from you. I'm like,
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not the sparse texting. I could care less. My thing, I don't trust anybody, but that's okay because, like, you shouldn't. You know, everyone's playing their game. You know, everyone's playing their game. But that being said, though, it's the zero text. It's not even as much of like I think you're up to something as much of the like. It's just being disrespectful. You're like you're making an intentional decision to literally go no contact. Like, all right, bro, I guess. Like, but that's too much disrespect in itself. And you could have just been like, you could have been not doing anything and it'd been perfectly fine. And I'd just be like, yeah, man, but you're like, I thought you were having a fun time or you're out in Santa Fe. You're supposed to text me like once, be like,
that's crazy work.
I got
at
a
least,
really
at least send me the
dog.
drunk text. Like, be like, at least send me the drunk text, like the video. You're like, you know what I'm saying? Like the Megan Thee Stallion, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Or like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Something, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you know
one thing.
Word of advice.
Full go. Crazy.
If you don't hear from your girl for the entire trip, and she texts you the morning that she gets home, between the morning of the day, between the hours of 2 and 5, anything along the lines of, I love you, babe, I just want you to know I miss you, I can't wait to nah, bro, she laying next to another nigga right now when she sent that text, and he watched her send it.
I think if you don't get texted the entire time,
because now she's feeling bad about it, she's like,
goes on a trip,
I gotta go back home to him.
She hates you.
She hates
like
you.
That's what it is. If she didn't text you the whole time, she hates you.
No, I'll tell you what.
She went on that trip to escape from you, bro. Honestly, reevaluate yourself.
I've talked to girls that there's moments in the situation where I'm like, I might hate this bitch, and I still text her when I get there and when I'm gone. So she definitely hates you.
Yeah.
He definitely hates you. Now listen, last one. Make it quick. The people want to know, if you could end one global problem by sacrificing a loved one, would you? And what problem? I didn't ask who it would be. I'm not gonna make you guys put anyone on the.
I'm killing my dad. I'm killing my.
Like, actually, I got 5 right here. Him,
right.
her.
My little brother texted me Pacers with 7 last night. Like, just me, not.
He's on the shit list.
Me. So he's out.
He's out for world hunger.
Honestly, fuck
for
you.
World Hunger.
So
no, I don't know. What am I picking?
Yeah, definitely.
World Hunger is good. Yeah, I think we just go extreme poverty. I think that's the answer. Extreme poverty. We wanna end that. That's mine. And yeah, I mean, you said loved ones, so I have to actually care about them.
I mean, listen, you can love somebody and sometimes not care about them.
Yeah.
Right, like
that.
I tell all my I tell my aunts and uncles I love them, but like, do I really care that much? Like,
sometimes you gotta fuck this person. Yeah.
Like, I don't really, like, I'm not saying anything crazy.
You don't gotta tell me who it is, man. Don't put yourself out there like that.
I'm not going to, but if it's like, loved one, sure. To end extreme poverty, I would do it.
Like, before I even finish the question, you're like, my dog. Like,
my dog.
Like, damn, you were excited to answer that one. He's like, you shit on the fucking floor again. All right, so I would end a problem. I would conceptually, I would end a global problem by sacrificing a loved one, because I think you could pick anyone, to be honest. Because I think that's worse than me naming one. Because I think that it would be selfish of me to put any one person over the entire world. Mm-hmm. But for that selfishness to come back, to be successful in life, you have to almost show the universe that you are more committed to the outcome of the whole over the outcome of yourself. And that ultimately will lead you to a better outcome. So I just think the karma from behind that, it's got to come full circle, right? Like, I can't sacrifice a loved one, solve one whole world problem, and not get a little good luck come my way or something. You know what I'm saying? But the world problem that I would end, I'm gonna take it a different level. I would end the scarcity mindset.
Are you kidding me? I chose extreme poverty and you chose the scarcity mindset?
I would end
what are you talking about?
Poverty, listen.
Okay.
Poverty comes from the scarcity mindset.
No, it doesn't.
No.
It's an extreme poverty, bro. We're talking about like homelessness. Like what are we talking about here? We're talking people that don't have food.
I'm not saying it's that person's fault. What I'm saying is somewhere along the lines there were actions that led to that happening. That with a different mindset potentially. Not that person. That person from the beginning was probably fucked in a lot of cases. But prior to that person, like these homeless people, they had parents. Their parents probably weren't homeless. Their grandparents probably weren't homeless.
Well, you're thinking in the context of the imperial core in which you live in, brother.
But I'm talking about this.
About...
I'm talking about once we get past Maslow's first level of hierarchy. Like I don't want to keep it on the basic life level. Like I get it. We all need water. We all need food. And we all need shelter. We all do. And I got a room, $2,000 a month for rent. So hit me if you need a place. But no, I'm just kidding. I actually haven't charged anyone rent in my entire life. I should though. But the point is this:
I'm a landlord.
I'm a landlord. Yeah. Don't tell my landlord that though. He might not be too happy. Like, I'm paying him and I'm making 3 times what I'm paying him from other people. No. But here's the thing. I think a lot of the disconnect, not scarcity mindset, I'll elevate it farther out. I think mindset in general, I think that itself is a global problem. As far as most of what we deal with outside of having to eat, having to drink, having to have a place to live, but when it comes to our interactions with people on a day-to-day basis, the problems that we have in the world, because most of it has to do with interaction, I think most people, for the most part, outside of, again, extreme poverty, if you didn't interact with other people, you'd be lonely. Yes, of course, we're human. But I think a lot of your problems that manifest wouldn't manifest because a lot of them manifest from interactions with other people. And I think when you have 2 people with a very negative mindset, it affects that interaction. But I truly do think, though, like I've firsthand experience, see people in situations that I've seen people get through, and they can't get through it. And it's like, if you could just see it this way, but it's because of everything passed down from their parents and their grandparents and their friends and how they were raised and the trauma they went through. Trauma, maybe that's what I'd get rid of. I'd get rid of trauma.
That's not bad.
Childhood trauma. I'd get rid of childhood trauma so that we all.
I still think extreme poverty wins, but trauma's better than the scarcity mindset.
So we can all at least cause our own trauma and not blame our parents.
Hell yeah! Let's just listen to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers all the way through. Come on, put it on. Let's go. Healing trauma.
I love when you count me out. Caleb, what you got, baby? Who are you sacrificing? What problem you saving? No, I'm just kidding. Don't tell me who, unless you want to.
That's my little bro.
His little brother. Yeah.
His little brother. Okay.
Mm-hmm. We got that.
Shout out David for being a dick last night.
I say, yeah. What's the Insta? Go follow him.
I don't even know what his handle is. What do you call it? He's like, I didn't realize you were a fan. Yeah, dude, just a bit. No, you weren't really conscious in 2016, but I was pretty pissed when we blew a 3-run lead. But I mean, yeah, I think in general, yeah, I don't know off the top of my head. Obviously, like world hunger sounds nice, and world wars would be nice not to have those. Be nice not to go into a nuclear war with Iran or something like that, or North Korea or Russia. So I think in general,
ending war. I almost said the war on drugs.
One person over the needs of the many. I mean, I'd probably say myself over, what do you call it, over anyone else.
A loved one?
If you could pick someone. Yeah, I would do I'd pick myself, probably.
Bro, we gotta cancel this whole pod, bro. You just made me and John look like scumbags, bro. We're out here listening.
How many family members to end extreme poverty?
I'm like,
he goes, Caleb was just like, my son, I will return again in 3 days. Never you worry, because I will exist in your heart forever.
God damn.
Holy shit!
But you see, though,
He's
that being
floating.
said, you can sacrifice yourself because you love yourself, and that's the key, people. You gotta love yourself first. You gotta love yourself
For your
first.
sacrifice to mean anything, you better love yourself, or it's just suicide. If you love
crazy.
yourself, it's sacrifice. But if you hate yourself, it's just suicide.
One global problem.
Flash the
I'd
hotline on the
sacrifice.
screen, editor. Flash the hotline on the screen right now.
Largely suicide being here on the last segment.
Honorable
Flash the
mention.
hotline.
Honorable mention. Lying ass bitches, bro.
Come on, man. You can't end
telling you,
it there.
bro.
Stop.
They're killing me, bro. No,
Honorable
listen.
mention. High gas prices.
I'll
Let's
tell
get
you.
them out of here.
Do you know how many world problems have been caused, whether it's violence, whether it's anything, because a nigga came home and found out his girl lied to him, bro? I'm telling you, bro, that shit have changed the world.
That was actually
Wow.
Hitler's.
Like, I'm telling you
fucking
right
strip
now.
for Hitler.
Like, bro, if you come home and your girl didn't lie to you, you're less likely to kill
This
someone.
episode
If you
death
come home-
spiraled at the end. Are you fucking
Listen, if you come home and your girl didn't lie to you, you're less likely to do anything bad. I'm telling you.
We really went. we really went. Like it was like a fine episode talking about Game 7. How we're all excited. Did some trivia, and then immediately we went suicide, misogyny, Hitler instantly in an hour in a 1 minute span. Shit. And the pod cancel it.
Oh, jeez.
You already canceled me, bro. I haven't got any money yet. I'm tight. You already got me canceled. Because I'm
Wow.
a Jazz fan and a Karl Malone fan. Even though I
Yeah.
like John Stockton more. But
You
know,
do like John Stockton more. I will say that for the record.
It's some snow bunnies, bro. I'm telling you.
Oh man.
Anyway, guys. Anyway, yeah, this is going on the Patreon.
What on the
This is
Patreon?
for the After Dark episode. But thank you for joining us for another episode of Couch Coach, the podcast featuring an all-star staff of the best to never do it. Now remember, without a couch, you're just a coach. And without a coach, it is just a couch. But with both, you're one of us. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you got some shit to say, leave a comment. It's Johnny, it's Caleb, it's Kuji. Thank you for watching Couch Coach. We'll see you guys soon. Either with a very upset Caleb or an oxtail dinner. Either one.
Yes.
Either one. We'll
Oh,
take
Thunder,
it.
baby.